There is an outbreak on US soil, and now the CDC is telling the American people we need to be extra precautious because this could spread rapidly. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to explain exactly what the CDC and other health officials are saying and what we can actually do to help slow this outbreak, and we can see this spread pretty much die off. So, I'm going to break down what's going on, why millions of people are impacted because of this, and how you can actually, move away from this and protect yourself and your family. So make sure you stick around and watch this entire video. All I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. I know, another outbreak on US soil. That's not what we want. That's not what we want to hear. But this is the case. Because the CDC has been saying this is something that we need to be well aware of. However, this is not going to take the lives of millions like we saw throughout the world because of COVID. This is what the CDC is talking about. The CDC issues a bird flu infection health alert. And they're doing this for multiple reasons. Number one, we have seen over 85 million birds get infected. This has happened in every single state in the lower 48. This is turning into a major deal because now humans have actually contracted this virus. So have cattle. So it's spreading, it's evolving, and it's mutating. Look at this. This is from the CDC's website. It says highly pathogenic avian influenza A is the H5N1 virus. Identification of human infection and recommendations for investigations and response. This is something they put out back on April 5th. Okay, a little bit less than 2 weeks ago. This is what they are talking about. We are seeing this spread. This is starting to move around. Okay? And just keep in mind, the second human bird flu illness, this is bringing the CDC in. This is what they're discussing because they never thought this was going to happen. They knew that, yes, one person could contract it, but now to have a second person, well, that means this is something that is spreading. Just look at this. Okay, since it first struck the commercial poultry flock on US soil in early 2022, avian flu has been a harsh master, affecting 85.8 million birds in 48 states. But I want to show you what the CDC is recommending. This is the CDC's Protective Actions for people, including these suggestions. It says, avoid direct contact with wild birds, observing them from a distance. Here's what I think is interesting. At certain zoos, they're actually closing off the little bird sanctuary. They don't want people going in there because they are concerned about potentially those birds either getting the bird flu or them spreading it to others. Interesting. And now zoos are taking a little more of a precautious approach. The CDC also goes on to say, do not make any contact with any dead birds and report any sick or dead birds. Now, I know for me personally, if there's a dead bird, on the lawn and somewhere on my property, I'll grab a shovel and I will throw it in the garbage, right? I'm not going to pick it up with my hands. I'm not going to leave it there for one of the kids to touch it. I'm not going to leave it there for one of the dogs, right? Just throw it away. Grab a shovel, throw it away. It also goes on to say, food is safe to eat as long as it is properly handled and cooked. And I've talked about this before, okay? Because this was one of the big questions. That as the bird flu was spreading to, obviously, chickens and turkeys and, just poultry in general, and now cattle, is it safe to eat? Can you have milk? Yes. Milk is in most cases pasteurized. Now, if you're drinking it straight out of the cow, you might want to think about that for a second. Eggs, again, if you're not rocky and you're not putting 3 or 4 raw eggs in a cup, great. If you're cooking them, you should be perfectly fine, at least according to the CDC. They also go on to say, CDC has not imposed any travel restrictions resulting from the avian flu crisis. Now, recently, again, they've said 48 states have been impacted because of this. Recently, states like Kentucky, Michigan, South Dakota, Texas, New Mexico, all these states have been impacted because of the avian flu. This outbreak is spreading. This is something that is spreading, and we need to be very aware of what's going on. CDC also goes on to say seasonal flu vaccines will reduce the risk of illness from avian flu. It says two human avian flu cases were many months apart. A Colorado poultry worker and a Texas dairy farm employee. Both of them recovered. Just so you know, this is likely not going to take the life of a person, but it is going to be, it's something that you need to be well aware of. Something that you need to understand. This is, again, and I bring this up because this outbreak is impacting us. As we see poultry get cold, okay, where they kill them off because of this bird flu. That means there's less chickens, there's less turkey. And if it happens with cattle, again, and they don't want you to have that. They don't want you to have that meat, right? The milk. What do? Well, if we slaughter them, then it takes them off the market. Okay, especially in a time where prices keep going up. The expectation is prices are going to continue to go up as we see this outbreak spread even more. Prices for chicken and turkey, right? Ground beef, steaks, they're going up. Expect to pay more. Now, here's what we are being told. Okay, the CDC recommends this as well. So does the Texas Parks and Wildlife. They're recommending this also. Look at this. It says Texas Parks and Wildlife Department warns of bird disease outbreak and asks people to clean their bird feeders and their bird baths. This is something that most people never even thought of. I never even thought of this as well. I do have a couple bird feeders, here at my house. Never thought of this. But what they're saying is that birds will go and eat out of the same feeder. They'll go and drink water out of the same, bird bath, or clean themselves. But if that one bird was infected, that could contaminate the food and the water. That's why they're saying to pull some of the food out, right? Pretty much throw it away, and then clean it, put new food in. And do this constantly. Do this so that we can ensure that more animals are not getting sick. Now, here's the last thing I just want to leave you with. This is something that I know a lot of people say it's not a big deal. Bird flu's been around for quite some time. It's nothing to be concerned with because it's only infecting birds. Here's the thing. It's not. It was only infecting birds and poultry, right? Waterfowl. Those, geese, things like that. But now it's impacting cattle and it's spreading to humans. Even though it's only 2. Because even when you think about it, and I remember because, back when COVID first hit, here I live in Washington State, and very close to me was the first case of COVID here in the United States, here in Washington State. And a lot of people said, we got to get out of here. We're worried. But then others said, it's only one person, no big deal. Then that one person turned into 2, 5, 10, 20, 100, 1,000, like 10,000. And the numbers just kept going up. And then people worried. All I can tell you right now is don't be late. Understand that, yes, this is a big deal. This is likely not going to impact humans, but it could. And that's the reason I'm bringing this to your attention. So that's what they're saying as of right now. Clean out your bird feeders, clean out your bird baths. That's the best thing you can do. My recommendation, do not do it without gloves. Okay? Don't go and scrape the bird feed out of your bird feeder. Wear some gloves, dump it out, get new bird seed, put it in there. All right? That's my recommendation to you. So that's what we know at this time. Again, this outbreak is spreading across the United States. Every single state here in the lower 48 has been impacted because of this. And my expectation is we're going to continue to see this spread throughout the season. So we'll see what happens moving forward. All I can tell you is I will be here every step of the way. I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.